What is up, guys? It's your boy Coach Matt, back at it again with another video. And in this video, I just want to appreciate the people who commented on my last video. I appreciate you guys. Sobrang thank you and sobrang thankful ako sa mga nanood ng videos ko, especially a very short one, no? About happiness din and how to hack your day into making it happy. So, recently, I have been scouring the internet like most of you guys for a certain topic, and naisip ko, or rather na-observe ko din actually to, na hindi lang pala COVID yung pandemic sa atin ngayon, no? Kumbaga parang we also have a trust crisis in our hands, especially when you see that there are a lot of companies that are closing, a lot of decisions being made without consideration of others, yung mga ganyang bagay. And it's going to be hard for us, especially as a collective, as members of society, to trust one another if napakadaming misinformation, napakadaming nangyayari. And gusto ko lang siguro bigyan ng linaw, or at least bigyan kayo ng perspective on how you can redevelop that trust, or if ikaw naman yung tipo ng person na hindi ka masyadong hindi ka masyadong trusty towards others, or should I say you're not prone to trust others, then this might be something that can help you. So, ayun, before tayo mag-start pala, no, I would just like to say one thing, na trust comes internal. You have to trust yourself first before you trust others. Kasi what you can do with the trust that you have with yourself, you can also extend towards other people. And gusto ko lang din ibigay itong isang tip sa inyo, guys. If you are ever in the industry of trusting others, or you want to be trusted, I highly recommend reading this book, Trust Edge by David Horsager. Pakagandang book niya, guys. Promise. And he actually is the inspiration behind this video, because what I'm about to do right now is to just teach you the the eight pillars of trust that he gave in that book, which is what I have right here. So, dinrawin ko siya. So for the trust concept, I have here the 8 pillars. Enumerate ko lang siya sa inyo. No? Number 1 is clarity. Very important. Because once you have a clear message, once you have a clear set of values, you have clear sets of skills, and you have a clear message and vision all throughout, madali kang pagtrustan ng tao. And also, you are presenting yourself as if you are worth of their trust and their time. Number 2 is compassion. Both in what you do and in the people that you are with. So when you say you're a compassionate person, hindi lang siya limited, rather, sorry. It's not just limited towards being, or rather caring towards others. It's also being higher than the situation. You see this people with the ability to separate the situation from their personal character. Like, say for example, may mga friends ka that made shady decisions, but you understand that they can be victims of circumstances, not that they are that kind of person all throughout their life. So you have to separate. One part of being compassionate is you knowing how to separate the circumstance from the person, which is very crucial. Kasi in times like these, in uncertainties, you really need each other, especially for us. Sorry, love ko na konti mic. Yeah, you really need each other, and this is just the circumstance that we have. If we continue to believe yung mga magpapadivide sa atin as a society, then we will fall prey to the division or the chaos that is within us. So that's not a good way for us to live with each other or to trust others. So always be compassionate. Learn to separate the circumstance from the person. It's going to be a bit difficult, especially for those na hindi pa sanay, pero it's something that you need to develop. Number 3, character. Yan, character. Character is essential for trust, because people don't trust brands, they trust people. So what ends up happening is, when you have companies that have the reputation of swindling or scamming their partners or the people that they work with, other people are not going to work with that company, or other people would not work from the employees of that company, because they carry the weight of the trust that other people give them. Say for example, if you trusted someone who has impeccable character, or someone you believe is trustworthy, and suddenly they change their tone from being someone who's trustworthy with a certain expertise, then lilipat sila. Or rather, they destroyed your trust by doing one thing na they wouldn't do. So, right then and there, a break of character can actually be a question of trust. And this is something that a lot of people are looking forward when it comes to trusting other people, consistency in terms of character. So, in order for you to be trusted, and in order for you to trust yourself, rather, simula muna tayo sa self. Trust yourself first before others can trust you. Now, if others are willing to trust in you, you have to be what, trustworthy, and also your character has to be reliable and resilient enough to endure the challenges ahead. Because if your character isn't like that, then wala. That means you're either a work in progress, or there's something wrong with your current status. So you have to check it first muna. But no way in shape or form am I saying na those people who are victims of circumstance are hindi na sila trustworthy, or they're not ang tawag dito, they're not worthy of our trust anymore. Again, number two of being trustworthy person, or the second pillar, is having compassion. So you have to understand each and every person's situation. And number four, which is competency, very, very, very vital for trust. Of course, you cannot trust someone who's not competent enough to do what he wants or what he promises to do. Especially, so in the corporate world, kaya tayo nagkakaroon ng trainings, kaya tayo nagkakaroon ng interviews, ika nga, before the actual job posting or whatever that it is that you're going to do, is because we are actually scanning your competency. If you're not competent enough for the job, then we will look for someone else. Now, my counter there is this: what is it that you promise to do with these people, and ano ba yung reason mo to be trustworthy? Because competence is anchored towards the service that you're giving towards other people. If you're in here to be trusted, you have to be competent at what you're doing. And one way you can do that is to show them your performance, show them how far you have come, and show them your work ethic. So that's one way for you to have your competency, no? Another thing is for you to have your certifications, ganyan. So other people trust competent people, especially with the lines of with their specializations. Best example niyan, guys, is doctors. So we trust doctors not just because may MD sila in their name, but because they are certified by by the health may health certification sila, may board sila. Those are those are measures of competency. And another thing that you will need in order for you to be trustworthy or to develop trust within yourself is commitment. Commitment in your cause, commitment in doing the best that you can, and commitment towards the team that you're in. So, and commitment towards performance, syempre. So, yun. Why? Because it's good to have character, it's good to have clarity, it's good to have compassion, it's good to be competent at what you're doing. But if you're not committed in doing it, then what's the point of all of this? So, I if in order for me to extend my trust towards another person, that person must be committed towards what he or she is doing. And you can see this in a person. Commitment actually isn't just a fancy word. It's actually something that you can see in a behavior perspective. So, one of the last things is connection. Connection not just in a network, no? Hindi lang siya based sa kung sino kilala mo or kung ano yung kaya mo gawin. It's about your ability to connect towards other people. If your message is clear, if it's concise, if it's compassionate enough, pero you can't connect that message towards other people, there's no reason for you to be trusted. Kasi, or rather, what would happen is, they would just know the cause, pero they wouldn't really trust you because the connection isn't there. Again, trust is is a connection, it's a connection based relationship. Yan. It's a connection-based relationship. So, what do I mean by a connection-based relationship? What I mean is, number one, it is a matter of giving your message towards other people. Clear communication, that's one. And relationship in a form of, when you are trusting another person, you're giving them not only your time, but also your attention. So if you're fostering that kind of trust relationship or connection based relationship, uh, yeah, connection based relationship, you will have a lasting relationship with this person. Say for any relationship that you have with your life, like for example in your family, in your love lives, in your legal matters, in your professional relationships, any form of relationships requires trust. Because a relationship without trust is not a relationship. It's just a title. So that's it. Another thing that trustworthy people look for each other, or for the people that are willing to trust others, is their contribution. If this is a team setting, those people who are contributing so much to the team are the ones trusted for either promotion or for a higher salary or for higher responsibilities. Another thing is once you contribute so much to your community, you are now being a trustworthy person. Something that you can contribute to there other people. Sorry, I'm distracted by the feed of my Facebook. Sorry. Yeah, you are being a contributor to your society. Other people would focus on the contribution that you have. They will scour your, or rather, they will search for the contributions that you make. And philanthropy is a good example of this, because a lot of people are philanthropic for the reasons that, one, they have enough wealth to give, and number two, it's a way for them to give back to their community. It's a way for them to contribute something that they may be thankful for the community itself. Because again, a person is molded by his or her environment and decisions. So that's one of the contributing factors when it comes to being trustworthy, trustworthy in our society. And last but not least is my favorite pillar in terms of this book, the book given by David Horsager, or rather written by David Horsager. Sorry, is consistency. Because nothing matters if you have all the seven pillars that I've mentioned above if you're not consistently doing it. A action, if not consistently done, means nothing to the grand scheme of things, because we are living in a results based world. And sad to say, not all efforts, or no matter how hard you work, no matter how hard the effort may be, it's not going to be much appreciated as other people's efforts if they don't have the same result. And this is something that I will have to this is something that I came to terms with. So in order for you to have results, you need consistency. In order for you to be trusted, you need to be consistently trustworthy. In order for you to perform well, you have to consistently do the routine. And during my younger years, even 2 3 years prior, I had to come to terms with this, because again, I'm not a routine person. I like to do things spontaneously. I like to have my own freedom. But I understand now that there are things that I need to do consistently. Maybe not all of the things that are in the traditional routine work of any employee, but there are lots of things that you need to do consistently. So there. I hope that these 8 pillars help you to understand how trust is something that you can use, or rather, how trust is something that you can also impart towards others. Remember, trust begins with mindset. It has to be internalized. So if your mindset is something that you will do for the greater good, you will be trusted. And always remember that when you use trust, because again, trust is a tool. It's not just an influential thing. It's a tool. When you use trust, you're using it not only to benefit yourself, but also to benefit the grand scheme of things. Ika nga, the bigger picture. Always look for that. This is just a quick video. Medyo quick lang tayo, no, with this video about trust, because I understand that trust right now is a bit hard to give. It's also it's a bit hard to give right now, especially with what is happening, but also it is something that you will need to have in your lifetime, especially within yourself. If you cannot trust yourself, you cannot trust others, and you cannot create a system of trust within your own community. So if you're ever going to be a leader, you need to trust yourself. And leadership isn't about the title, it's about the influence. So whatever it is that you are in your life, I hope that you found any value in doing this and any value in hearing my in hearing this kind of information, because trust me, it really helped me a lot to develop my trust as well for myself and for others. So if you're also in the industry of, or rather in the business industry, you need to have a lot of trust within you, and you need to know how to use trust as a tool, not just for marketing but also as a tool for you yourself, for personal development. So there, highly appreciate you guys liking, sharing, and subscribing to my channel, and also towards my videos. I appreciate it, thank you so much. And also, ano ba, that will be it for me. Sorry, medyo maraming fillers. I just like to reach out to you and say, hey, if you are in a position right now wherein you don't know what to trust anymore, just make sure to be guided by your principles. Always look for the mindset first. Look for the mindset, look for your mindset and your principles. And then from there on, it's your decision who to trust and what to do with everyday lives. Okay? So that's it for me. I hope that you guys appreciate the, I don't know, the topic that I have for you right now, which is trust. And unti-unti lang guys, we will rise from this as together as well. Okay? So have a great day. And this has been Coach Matt signing off. Bye!